One of my absolute favorite things to do with my best friend Ryan McGee is just send money back and forth. Sometimes I'll send him $5 as a prank, and he'll send me $10 as a prank, and then I'll send him $3 as a prank, and then he'll send me $8 as a prank. We love doing it. We do it almost every day. But how do we send money? Cash App. That's right. Out of all the ways to send money to a friend, Cash App's the way to do it. It's so quick and easy to sign up. And it's fun. Hold on. Ryan just sent me a text. It says, for a limited time only, new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash? For real? There's no catch? Just download Cash App and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code SuperMega in your profile, send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. You know what's beautiful about the universe? Anyone can start their own business and sell products online with Shopify. That's right, no matter what your business is, whether you're some socks or epic YouTuber merch like SuperMega. Well, hopefully you're not selling SuperMega's merch. That's our job. But we here at SuperMega sell SuperMega merch. And how do we do it? We use Shopify. We've used Shopify for years. They are a fantastic e-commerce platform. Their website is super easy to use. Their customer service is incredible, round the clock. They have helped us out so many times. If you've been to our Funny Brothers merch website, guess what? That uses Shopify. Because the Funny Brothers use Shopify. So do what the Funny Brothers did. Turn your big business idea into... with Shopify on your side. Go ahead and sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/super. What are you waiting for? Go to shopify.com/super. And I'll say it one more time for those of you in the back who aren't paying attention. Shopify.com/super.
If I could be sweet, creative girl in my own world, I could be your favorite boy forever, perfectly together. Now tell me, Matt, now wouldn't that be sweet, sweet escape?
Does she say sweet escape there, or just sweet, sweet?
There's probably like stuff going on, I'm sure the producer went ham on that track.
Akon.
Was he the producer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Would you say it is like... Okay, because in my head and like a lot of people, they think of like different like sound engineers, producers, songwriters, singers. Like they're all different jobs. But would you say that a producer a lot of the times is an artist that never got off the ground, that is always trying to kind of like use collaborative methods? Or would you? Because I view that as like a very LA like producer. Like,
well, I think
I'll produce some music with you.
Well, I think that's a very LA thing to do, where it's like people wanting to come up in the music scene, so they're producers, and then they're like, yo, I'm gonna produce a track for you.
I'm gonna put you on.
Yeah, but it's
but now my voice is gonna be on it.
What?
Akon, DJ Khaled. Like they just like, I'm gonna put my voice on it.
I wouldn't say producer.
I'm a part of it.
Is like mostly artists that try to. Because, like, producer is just someone that makes the music, but, like...
I guess because I have a lot of popular, like, I think of, like, there's Pharrell, as, Kanye's produced a lot.
Kanye is, undoubtedly a good producer.
Produced a lot of bullshit.
He did produce a lot of bullshit.
Out of his flappers.
Out of his little...
His mouth flappers.
Yeah, not his bussy flappers.
No.
I need to see if I was right about Akon producing this.
If you're not...
Sorry, it's copyrighted music. I gotta hold it down here.
We can't have that.
Song credits. How about I take a look at those? Shut up. Okay, performed by Akon and Gwen Stefani. Produced by Akon.
Hey!
And Giorgio Tuinfort.
Giorgio Tuinfort.
Tuinfort.
Doesn't get enough credit on that track.
He's a songwriter.
That song's a banger.
He's written songs like One Last Time by Ariana Grande. Sexy Bitch featuring Akon by David Guetta.
Oh, not Buckleberry, Buckcherry,
Buckleberry.
Crazy bitch, but you fuck so that song.
Oh, dude. Oh, Buckcherry, dude.
That's okay.
Yeah. At first I thought you were referencing the Comedy Central animated show from like 2011 that Daniel
the Tosh one, yeah,
Brickleberry,
where he voices like a bear.
That's back in the era where it was like, American Dad, Family Guy, and every animated show, it was like, well, there has to be people, but then there has to be like one quirky talking non-human.
And Daniel Tosh was that quirky talking human. Or non-human, sorry.
Yes. He was
quirky talking non-human.
He was a bear?
I love those quirky talking non-humans. Not like in the universe where them speaking English is just the movie's way of portraying their language to us.
Sure.
I'm talking about when they actually speak English.
Me too.
Not Dr. Dolittle, because only Dr. Dolittle can understand what the animals are saying.
That's just a man going through psychosis. Like having a schizophrenic episode and thinking animals are talking to him.
Dude, I heard in the Robert Downey Jr. version, there's a dragon at the end of it.
Really?
Which, for me, like, growing up, like, I don't know if any of you 90s kids out there, like, grew up with, like, the Eddie Murphy, because I know Dr. Dolittle is, like, an old-ass story, but I grew up with the movie, the Eddie Murphy Dr. Dolittle, Dr. Dolittle 1 and 2.
Sorry, did they do a remake with Robert Downey Jr.?
Not even like a remake. I wouldn't call it a remake of the Dr. Dolittle movies, because they almost just take a part of the story of, like, I can talk to animals, and that's, like, where they leave it. The one with Robert Downey Jr. is supposed to, like, harken back to the actual older stories.
Oh, I didn't know that it was based on
the old England with the big top hat. I'm Dr. Dolittle.
I didn't know they made this movie.
So you could say, not a lot of racists were cheering that they turned Dr. Dolittle from white to black to back to white. You always hear them complaining about video games and stuff and their perceived losses.
Yeah.
But you never hear them exclaiming their dubs. Dr. Dolittle was white again for a moment.
He's white!
And there was a dragon in it!
Dr. Dolittle's white again, guys! Like a guy, like, fucking bursting through, like, a living room door. All of his roommates like, dude, what's going on? It's like, guys, did you hear?
Dude, wipe the spit from your mouth. I'm sorry. It's gone? Yeah, no, you're good. Okay, no, actually, there's a little bit. No, you're good now. Okay, the Dr. Dolittle, he's white again!
Whoa! Fucking like Paul Revere running through the streets on his horse, fucking letting everyone know that the Dr. Dolittle is white again.
And I'm gonna be. I only learned about her recently, so that was not enough time for me to remember her name. But apparently, there's like a young, like 14, 16-year-old girl who's essentially like a second Paul Revere, and like there's a statue of her and shit too. She did like the same thing that Paul Revere did. She just gets no credit.
Really?
Let me hold up. I'm gonna look up
Betty Crocker.
Hope I'm pronouncing this right. Are you ready?
Yeah, lay it on me.
Okay, so Sybil Ludington.
Sybil?
Sybil, Sybil, or Sybil.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, right? Was an American woman who allegedly made a ride during the American Revolutionary War, though modern accounts dispute this. Oh, never mind. So is she alive?
Looks like the woke mind virus is trying to play tricks on you again, Ryan.
I wasn't wrong. There was a statue.
That's a cool statue. It's like a girl on a horse. Is that a stick or a sword? I couldn't
tell.
Well,
it was like on April 26, 1777, at age 16, Ludington, the daughter of Colonel Henry Ludington, was claimed to have made an all-night horseback ride 40 miles to rally American militiamen in neighboring towns after British forces raided and burnt Danbury, Connecticut. But since they led with though modern accounts dispute, does that mean like some historians dispute this, or does that kind of like going probably not, didn't happen, but I think
it means that there's evidence for it happening, but maybe it's not substantiated enough where other historians would say, no, this didn't happen, this is just an old wives' tale. And you know how wives tell tales.
That is true. Well, I'm trying to see if there's anything else about it, to see if like I can get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm trying to see. She died at the age of 77.
Wow. Honestly, dude, for back then, that's pretty old. Because I feel like back in the day, in the 1700s, people didn't live commonly to be 77. I mean, maybe they did, and I just sound like a dumbass right now, which usually that's the case when it comes to, like, factual stuff on the podcast, Just complete misinformation by mistake. Spoken very confidently. But again, we're not scientists, okay? We're not historians. We are chemists, actually. Both of us do have master's degrees in organic chemistry.
Likely happened in some form, but the details are debated by historians.
She was in a horse-drawn carriage.
There's the thing is, there's no record of her. There's no actual record of this.
40 miles. It was more like 27.
The first detailed written account didn't appear until 1880, more than 100 years later, largely based on family stories. So, probably, who's to say? She may have been, like, riding around on a horse, be like, hey, hell, to a few people, helped a few people. Who knows? Well, that was a fun history lesson. This thing was real for a moment, and then it wasn't real. But it might actually be kind of real, but more than likely not all the way in the way that you thought it was.
Hey,
but
you
lower
raised
down.
awareness. More people know about it now.
Hey, I like. It's fun looking stuff up.
It is fun looking stuff up.
Give me a random historical fact to look up.
Look up what was the most embarrassing moment of the Vietnam War for either side. I don't know.
Probably just us going into
just the whole thing was just embarrassing.
Yeah, let's see.
Nixon's just like, yeah.
Well, I asked Google. And Google's
new
right.
AI shit is very accurate.
The evacuation of the U.S. Embassy in 1975 is often cited as one of the most embarrassing moments. During the Vietnam War.
Wasn't the war over by 1975?
I don't know. I'm not a historian. Why are you asking me? It was in my head, it's just like sometime in the 70s it happened. That's just how my brain is.
The Vietnam War was like 1968 to 1974, I think. Well, now I got to look it up. Welcome back to Matt and Ryan's Looking Stuff Up podcast. This is why we need a Jamie.
Yeah.
Jamie, can you look up what year the Vietnam War ended?
We could have Luke be our Jamie, but I don't think Luke would be interested in being our Jamie. Imagine Luke sitting right there, like fact checking us during the podcast and stuff.
No,
that would be kind of fun.
No, that's just what I.
What do you guys think? Should we try having a Jamie episode with Luke?
I could bring Luke in right now for a bit.
Well, he's packing merch.
Okay.
So we can't just, flippantly take him out of what he's doing just for
we're his bosses. We can. And also the Vietnam War ended April 30th, 1975. So it went into 1975.
Fact checked.
Okay, I bet I know what it was. I bet Vietnam was fully falling to communism, so we were trying to evacuate the American embassy. And I guess maybe we goofed it?
Someone might have tripped on the stairs. And someone got a photograph, and his gut was spilling out a little bit, and it was embarrassing.
He has the American flag pin on his blazer. It's very embarrassing for the United States. It's the picture that was heard around the world.
Yeah.
There was not much funny about the Vietnam War.
Or the man's muffin top that was caught in not 4K because they didn't have 4K at the time.
Well, but technically film. Can't you develop it at like bigger resolutions if you still have the original film?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like they weren't like 4K, that wasn't a concept.
They wouldn't know what that meant.
No.
They would be like, caught in 4,000? What does this mean?
Fuck?
4K? Like a race? Yeah, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think you and I would have had just a fantastic time if we were in a platoon together in the Vietnam days.
Vietnam days or storming the beaches of Normandy, dude.
I don't know about that one.
People like going, like I picture like people like pinwheeling like a starfish over our heads. We're like, watching them go over. We're like, whoa, dude! See like some guy's like head lands in like my lap. Whoa! We start playing hot potato with it. Ew, dude! Get this away! Boom, 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 boom.
Don't forget.
Boom.
Well, when it first lands in your lap, before you toss it at me, I go, talk about getting some head.
And I'm like, ew! And then that's when we're like, we start passing it back and forth. And then we throw it out of the hill, trench, whatever the fuck we had. It rolls to the boots of like a German commander with a rocket launcher.
Uh-oh.
To be continued.
I really like this,
Netflix.
Dude. Netflix.
Oh my God, this is the greatest idea we've ever heard.
I mean,
unfortunately, they put it on their podcast, so it's up for the public to decide whether we have the rights to it or they do, or the general public might just have the rights to the idea since it's not copyright or trademarked. It's a great idea.
SuperMega is trademarked, so this counts as SuperMega. So
sure, yeah.
Also, like, what if? How devastated would you be if, like, when you're 40 years old, you find out that over the years Netflix was keeping tabs on us, so was Hulu, and they wanted, like,
Matt, we already had this happen to us. You might have to bleep this out, Luke.
The Sony thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They were literally like they were interested, and they
hit us up, and then COVID happened.
Yep.
However,
and to be fair, I think we missed that first email by a good bit or something. Or
no, I responded to it pretty quickly. It was just I remember it was the it was the unscripted department.
Yes.
So we were like, they wanted to have a meeting with us, and we were very intrigued by why it was the unscripted department reaching out.
And then COVID happened. That's right. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we should reach back out.
We're good. Okay.
I mean, the views might be lower, but the laughs are just as high. Like But what if this whole time?
Have you seen our Jesus sketch?
Yeah. It's good sketch comedy.
Arby's?
Yep.
Surfer Conundrum?
I'll have to check that one out.
Don't think that's the name of the video, but
it's our video.
I searched it up. It's not there. Surfer Conundrum.
The Surfer's Conundrum.
How about? Didn't it? Its title changed. What was it originally? Didn't it?
No. It's.
I thought the title changed.
It might have changed the first few days, but it didn't change much from what it originally was.
What is the current title? Because it's like
it's the brutal.
Because at first
of a superstar, or like the brutal attack that ended a superstar's
something like that. Did the original title have the name of the character in it?
No.
Okay.
In the fake documentary, it does.
Yes.
Like in the documentary, the Bradley Cooper story. Dude, you're the way you fucking operate. Whenever like we're writing something, and you always, when we need a name, you always just pull out like some existing celebrity's name that you've just changed slightly. You're like Bradley Cooper,
or
Clint Driftwood.
We just go for the 1-to-1, like in the detective video, and just do Doug Walker and Christopher Stuckman.
Do you think either one of them ever saw that?
I don't know. If they did, since Stuckman's a filmmaker himself, you'd think he would have gotten a heavy heart in a good way,
right? Not like a heart disease type way.
No, like heavy with love and, and butterflies, locusts. There's locusts in my tummy. He probably said at the time.
I've got locusts in my tummy. If I heard a kid say that, I would just be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'm imagining Chris Stuckman with tears in his eyes saying he has locusts in his tummy.
Did that movie release?
Stuckman's Big Day Out?
Because I think Neon, not the streamer, That's
actually like, we just got it wrong. The whole time it has been the streamer. Chris Stuckman partnered with him.
But last time I checked, I thought Neon Production, whatever the fuck it's called, I think it's just Neon, they have ownership of it, or they bought it, so they'll release it eventually. I forgot the name of it.
Sometimes studios do buy the rights to things without the intention to necessarily make it. Then they're just like, this is good.
But I think they bought the publishing rights or some shit.
Okay.
Which again, as you've stated, and like, let's take this out of the way. Like, for instance, a lot of car companies will buy up a patent that could potentially sink their gasoline and oil market.
Oh yeah, dude. Like BP and Chevron and stuff. They frequently they have teams that try to find the most innovative, up and coming, green energy changes that could revolutionize humanity and give clean, free energy to everyone. And they go to the creators and they say, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. And they give them so much money that they sell them the patent.
Like, it's like why you can understand these people being like, yes, their whole life is set, you know, from this buyout.
I think people morally would be like, no, I wouldn't do it. Oh, I wouldn't sell it out. But I do think...
Oh, a lot of people say that in the comment section below.
They say that. But I do think if Chevron went to them and they were like, how does $39 million sound? They would be like...
Or do you really want to fight us on this?
That's another thing.
Then it's like... Their offer isn't just an extended kind of like, yes, they have it's malicious in terms of they intend to sit on the patent, but a lot of the time it comes with a heavy swing along with it, or like the
lawyers.
The threats of a heavy swing to follow.
Lawyers for BP or Chevron are not lawyers that I would want to tangle with necessarily.
No,
you know, lawyers for the fucking oil
like
complex,
movie studios and shit like that too.
Netflix. We'd like to tangle with your lawyers in a good way.
Or we can have a show on Peacock.
Or Crackle.
Or...
Why'd you laugh?
Tubi.
They might be the ones that give us a show.
Tubi? Am I right about...
Or not Tubi.
Is Tubi a Tubi? That's a thing, right?
For some reason, it's a button on my remote, so is Crackle, and I always accidentally hit it when it'll be dark, and I'm trying to hit the Hulu button, and I hit Crackle, and it takes me to Crackle, and I'm like...
What's on Tubi? What's their stuff? What are they...
Okay, Tubi has gotten bigger, I will say. I have seen more about Tubi. Crackle, on the other hand, I haven't seen too much.
What's the anime one? It's like a lot of people watch anime on it and stuff.
Crunchyroll?
Yes. I feel like didn't like
they sponsored
Game
us.
Grumps used to do Crunchyroll?
I think Crunchyroll sponsored us at one point. Yeah.
There's no way.
I think we did an ad for them once.
That would be cool. If you know.
You know what's cooler than Crunchyroll, though, are these ads.
That is true. These companies are much better than Crunchyroll. Please roll it, Luke. I feel like
Crunchyroll, if they wanted to come back and sponsor us, these companies aren't necessarily cooler than Crunchyroll.
Just at the current moment.
Just at this current moment in time, that is a fact.
It just so happens to be. Just roll it.
One of my absolute favorite things to do with my best friend Ryan McGee is just send money back and forth. Sometimes I'll send him $5 as a prank, and he'll send me $10 as a prank, and then I'll send him $3 as a prank, and then he'll send me $8 as a prank. We love doing it. We do it almost every day. But how do we send money? Cash App. That's right. Out of all the ways to send money to a friend, Cash App's the way to do it. That's what myself and Ryan McGee do. We use Cash App every day for all sorts of things, you know? We use it to lend money to friends. We use it to get money from friends. We use it to cash on our app. Our podcast editor, Luke, didn't have Cash App on his phone. Ryan and I both slapped him in the face 3 times, made him download it, and he actually is just incredibly happy now that he did. His happiness levels and dopamine are off the charts. He dropped down to his knees, and he had tears in his eyes, and he said, I can't believe I didn't do this sooner. Thank you, Matt and Ryan. It's so quick and easy to sign up. And it's fun. If for some freaking insane reason you don't already have Cash App, well, what are you doing? You better go download it from your phone's app store right now onto your cellular phone or iPad. Hold on, Ryan just sent me a text. It says, for a limited time only, new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash? What? For real? There's no catch? Just download Cash App and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code SuperMega in your profile, send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. Again, when you sign up, use code SuperMega, send $5 to a friend, boom, $10. Please don't forget to use our code. It helps the podcast. Love you. And thanks to Cash App for sponsoring this episode. I'm not gonna lie, I'm always kind of scared publicly making fun of smaller streaming services because, like, you know what? We're not big fish by any means. So
no, but like,
what if one of them approached us and
they're
said,
jokes with jest though? I've used Peacock before because they have like what is it? They have like Below Deck on it, which is just like a reality television show that is... I'm usually not one for reality television, but very, very... So I do have to take breaks because it gets a little too much. It's like there's too much of like just nastiness going on. I'm like, I don't want to live in anxiety and just people bullying each other and
Man, that's the whole thing of reality television. It's like voyeurism, right? It's like watching something. It's like watching someone else's drama, so you can feel the tension and the ooh from it without actually having to experience it. It's the internet, you know, is kind of like a modern version of that. You know, you get to just voyeuristically watch, but the difference is you can partake in it. Nowadays.
But now it's like
you can be a part of it.
Even worse because these content creators fucking get like essentially like they start wars with each other. So it just is like one group of fans versus another group of fans or whatever.
That's how it's always been. Vietnam fans versus America fans, you know? German fans versus American fans.
Yeah, true. That's really what it came down to, huh?
You know, honestly, I would compare the current, you know...
Okay, Luke, stop. You can't interrupt the podcast with a self-advertisement of any sort. We already talked about this. It's in the contract you signed, so... I'm just glad I could catch it.
Thank you, because I actually that flew right over my head.
Yeah, and we were in the middle of talking, and then he just comes in, and I heard it echoing at first, and then I was like, "What the fuck's going on? Are we not live or something?" And then I
just ask, dude.
Yeah,
like just Luke, ask. Like if you want a segment on the show, or you want some time to advertise whatever it is you advertise. Just let us know. Like, just come to us as friends and just be like, well, don't come to us as friends. Come to us as a business partner and say, hey, guys, I would like to purchase some ad space on your show.
Just because sometimes we want to make sure that the products, you know, are something that we don't want it to feel like a scam. Not saying that anything you do or support Luke is a scam, but, you know, there was the last product you did where you were selling people boxed raisins and telling them that if they planted them, they would grow into a fortune tree, whatever the fuck that means.
Well, fooled me. Fooled me out of quite a large sum of my grandfather's inheritance. Because Luke was like, oh, it's one of the things, the more money you put in, the more money it grows.
You just got, I think you got excited because he started talking about the similarities of Jack and the Beanstalk's, you know, supposed fortune with the golden goose egg, and I think you got a little ahead of yourself in thinking that maybe this could spawn some sort of adventure for you. Not necessarily a beanstalk. I know that you know that in reality a one-to-one won't be created, but, you know, I'm sure in your head, like, maybe some sort of long vine or...
Well, I'm not ruling it out.
Very, very strong kind of seaweed type thing that you climb as a rope comes from the heavens or something. Or
I'm not going to lie and say the thought of a golden goose egg didn't cross my mind during that period many times.
And Luke knows that is a weakness of yours.
Yeah.
Gold.
And geese.
And eggs.
I had my mother's eggs unfrozen, actually.
The golden ones?
Yeah, let's just say I went to the clinic and I said, I would like Ann Watson's eggs unfrozen, please, and fertilized.
Can you ship them to my address, please?
Mm-hmm. And now let's just say, Mom, you got some little surprises on the way this Christmas.
You started your own little like sea monkey exhibit, except it's with your mother's eggs.
I just took
There's a magnifying like monitor so you can actually see, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to.
No, yeah, you can't see a human egg. It's too small. And you know
that's why you have the magnification screen on the aquarium-like structure you've built for your mother's eggs.
Well, you know, it's kind of like you know, sea monkeys. You have to put the stuff in the tank, and then you have to wait a few days.
Yeah.
You put some stuff in the tank, and now we've been waiting, and we're gonna see if you know, we can.
You've sent me pictures. It's never mind. I don't want to fucking
talking about ejaculating into a sea monkey tank.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about it foaming on the top. And...
This one's just vile.
Yeah. What led us down this path, Matthew?
I brought up
unfreezing
my
your mom's eggs.
Yeah, that was my fault. I shouldn't have gone down that road.
Was your fault. What prompted you to talk about you unfreezing your mother's eggs?
Oh, the fact that I got my mother's eggs unfrozen. It was really easy. I just called, and nowadays with these voice changers on these websites, it's really easy.
You voice changed to be
a little deeper, and I just said, "Hey, this is Ann. I know that I have my eggs frozen at this clinic, but I would like them unfrozen, and I demand a refund."
Trying to hand a doctor a 10 didn't work, so this is what you eventually went.
Well, yeah, when I went in with the wig and the $10 bill.
Well, how's this sound? He didn't really. I mean, that was the reaction. He kind of looked down in silence, and I think you told me he pretended not to see it.
Yeah, because that
only to not embarrass you further.
Acknowledging it would basically be a whole nother. Think about what he would have to do if he acknowledged it.
I love the thing of you going to like some sort of clinic with a wig on, trying to like barter for your mother's eggs with a $10 bill,
and then demanding
you have sunglasses
a
on, obviously. Hey, Bucko.
No,
I don't know why you're calling the doctor Bucko, but
I actually don't even need to change my voice to be higher because I believe a modern woman can express herself any way she pleases, and my mom's a modern woman. How much can you? Wait, you can sell eggs, like human eggs. You could sell them for quite a lot of money, which is why I was trying to get them unfrozen. Okay, that's the real reason. No sea monkey bullshit. No sea monkey do. I mean monkey sea monkey do. I tried to do a pun. It didn't work, so let's just move past it. But yeah, you know, I was hoping my mom's eggs would go for quite a pretty penny, but unfortunately, there's a lot of bureaucratic red tape in place to prevent guys like me from going and getting their mother's eggs unfrozen. So I think that's something we should maybe push awareness for and see if we can get some laws changed, some bills passed, so sons or nephews even can get their mothers or aunts even their eggs unfrozen at their request and the full amount refunded to them.
Your ability to filibuster about your mother's eggs is astounding, I will say.
Thank you.
You should try doing that, like what Cory Booker did. Except I think I would just about this.
I'd make a great congressman.
And aunts, and you know, I'm not saying uncles can't not have their eggs. You know, and we'll talk about the uncle's rights to having. Let's talk about this. Actually, I know, no one brought it up, but let's go further on this.
I mean,
that's what a filibuster is.
If you got a
green eggs and ham.
I have a lot more respect for Ted Cruz for reading Green Eggs and Ham than giving a passionate speech
with a smug.
I do not like them. Sam, I am.
Dude, if Dr. Seuss himself could see, well, actually, Dr. Seuss could have been a bigot. I don't know. Did he not? Let's see. I'm gonna look up. Was Dr. Seuss sus?
I mean, his last name essentially is sus.
Let's see if it. Let's see if it knows what I'm asking.
I know that
I'm asking Google.
He drew some pornographic stuff.
Was Dr. Seuss sus?
Nothing sus about pornographic
drawings. Dr. Seuss. That's the answer. Yes. There is controversy around Dr. Seuss's work due to racially insensitive imagery in some of his early works or books. While some argue that his views evolved over time and that his later works demonstrated a move towards inclusivity, his early illustrations and texts have been criticized for perpetuating negative stereotypes and harmful representations of minority groups.
Okay, this is like pulling up old tweets, Ryan. It's the same thing as when a modern comedian gets canceled for old tweets.
Dr. Seuss, what about these newspaper comics you did during World War II?
Yeah, so during the Bay of Pigs, you drew Fidel Castro like this. No, this is probably way earlier than the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. How?
Dr. Seuss is an old fuck. He's dead.
R.I.P. to a king.
He's so old, he's dead.
I know.
I don't know if he died of old age, though. I'm going to ask Google, who killed Dr. Seuss?
Google's AI is atrocious. It's so bad at getting things wrong.
I'm going to put an exclamation point and a question mark with that one.
Dude, you also don't...
Okay. Can I tell you the answer?
I would love to hear it.
Dr. Seuss did not die at the hands of another. He passed away from anal cancer in Never mind. I didn't read the rest of it. That's actually horribly sad.
Of anal cancer?
But which is that it's horribly sad also to the added on fact that typically, like, if I'm remembering correctly, that's a type of cancer that eventually they say like all men will get at some point in their life if they were to live long enough. But it's also one of
prostate cancer.
Yeah, prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer is the one that like all men would get if they live long enough.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've ever heard of anal cancer. I've heard of like colon cancer, prostate cancer, but I haven't heard of anal cancer.
So cancer killed Dr. Seuss.
That bastard.
At the age of 87. Lived a long life.
Yeah, that's almost 90, dude. Dude, Google's AI shit, you can't like, it automatically shows it to you. It's not like I'm using it. Like yesterday I searched, what is spite in psychology? And it said, appetite is the psychological desire for foods or beverages. And then,
sorry, I'm looking up the difference between anal cancer. Okay.
And colorectal cancer.
Okay,
right?
Anal cancer is the cancer of the anal canal, often linked to papillomavirus. PPV,
oh, HPV.
HPV.
Which we
prostate
have that.
cancer, on the other hand, develops in the prostate gland. Okay.
Okay, so and colorectal cancer is colon.
Yes. I'm sure it's just like, wait, what? Say that again?
Colorectal?
I'm sure that's in the colon.
Yeah, because it's like
well, there's colon cancer, so it's
the minutia, you know. It's just little details, you know. Just the I will probably get prostate cancer. I have a gut feeling, no pun intended there.
Just
prostate's
because it's
not
like,
in the gut. Sorry, I misspoke.
It's in your family.
Yeah, big history in my family.
On your dad's side?
Uh-huh.
And your mom's side, or just your dad's side?
Well, her dad didn't live long enough to find out, I guess, because I think he died when he was in his early 60s. And then
the puppet thing, right?
Yeah. I know my mom is shaking her head right now listening to this, dude. She's sitting on the couch at home listening, and the second I brought her dad up, I know she's gonna go. And then she was probably waiting for you to jump in with something. It was an aneurysm. But I love when you throw something in like the puppet thing because it's so vague. Your imagination can go anywhere with it. It's like I'm Charlie and you're giving me a golden ticket right there because it's like you're giving me an improv golden ticket.
It's for everyone's imagination. I feel bad for people who don't have imagination, sitting there, you know, just like, huh?
The puppet thing.
Well, tell us about
the rest of it.
What about the puppet thing?
How did Matt's grandpa die with had to do with puppets? And I don't want to see that exact quote in the comments because I don't want, you know.
Oh, we do need engagement.
We do need. Okay, if you want to type it in the comments here, Luke, just put it up so people can like see it and copy and paste it.
Yeah.
But, you know,
can they copy and paste from the video itself?
No, but they can look at it or they can
take a screen cap,
take a screenshot,
and
on
then
mobile.
their phone can do it.
Yeah, on the iPhone you can screenshot and then highlight text. Fun fact, guys, it's a brand new feature.
You can make stickers.
I love making stickers.
You can just hold down on something, it cuts it out.
I know. I wish there was a better method for refining them. Like, I wish it would then let me manually go in and...
Kind of like what you can do in Photoshop with just kind of like adding some sort of like edge feather, like just some sort of tool where you
parts.
like a smoothing tool.
Yeah, because sometimes like I'll try to make a sticker and there will be like an extra chunk of something on it, and I'm like, well, that ruins it. If I could just like sometimes when like it'll get like the rim of the toilet bowl and when I'm taking like a dick pic, and then it's like, well, that's sticking out the side, and I don't want someone to think that's part of my penis. When I react to like Luke's work texts with, you know, a sticker of my penis. Ads, I guess. You know what's beautiful about the universe? Anyone can start their own business and sell products online with Shopify. That's right, you know, no matter what your business is, whether you're, you know, some socks or whether you're selling paintings you did of Pickle Rick, or whether you're selling epic YouTuber merch like SuperMega Well, hopefully you're not selling Super Mega's merch. That's our job. But we here at Super Mega sell Super Mega merch. And how do we do it? We use Shopify. We've used Shopify for years. They are a fantastic e-commerce platform. Their website is super easy to use. Their customer service is incredible, round the clock. They have helped us out so many times, and they make everything super easy. Whether it's designing the website, managing inventory, international returns, international shipping, all sorts of crazy stuff like that. They even make it super easy to almost have your own marketing team without the team. So whatever stage your business is at, you could use Shopify to help it grow and expand and really sell that epic stuff online. If you've been to our Funny Brothers merch website, guess what? That uses Shopify, because the Funny Brothers use Shopify. So do what the Funny Brothers did. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Go ahead and sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/super. What are you waiting for? Go to shopify.com/super. And I'll say it one more time for those of you in the back who aren't paying attention. Shopify.com/super. Where did you get that crack vape from?
Huh?
Did you say you got it on the deep web? Or did you buy it off someone?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, just take it easy. You don't have to puff it so much. One hit'll do.
Mm-hmm.
Little dab'll do you, as they say.
Okay.
Welcome back, ladies and gents.
That's right. It's Act 3 of the Super Mega Show, episode 63.
The most exciting act of them all.
The penultimate. It's the climax and the falling action.
That's right.
And the denouement? Or is that a part of the third act?
Denouement. You're speaking gibberish to me.
Okay.
I don't know what this means. I should have studied more in film class. I should have paid attention.
It's a story structure thing. So you'd learn it in like English, like when you're doing like the Odyssey.
Okay, then I should have paid attention more in English too.
Well, I feel the same way. I have a lacking thesaurus. I should wake up every morning and just start have like a word of the week on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Indubitably.
Word of the day, even.
And it's like I have to use it in a. Isn't that how you learn words? Like use it in a sentence at least a few times a day throughout the week, and then boom.
I think we should start maybe doing a word of the day for the podcast.
Okay, I'm going to ask for a
random word generator.
Yeah.
And find, look up like big random like SAT words. SAT words are good ones.
I'm saying, give me a big random rare word.
Okay. And
for a word of the week for our wonderful, in all caps, viewers.
Thank you. You texting your stepdad?
Yes. Let's see what he has. Let's see what stepdad
smart.
has to say.
Guys, and this word, you need to use it in a sentence the same day you listen to this podcast. And if you're listening at night, go wake your parents up. I don't care, whatever, and use the word in a sentence.
Scytherism.
Scytherism.
P-S-I-T-H-U-R-I-S-M. It's a noun, meaning the sound of the wind whispering through the trees. Scytherism. So used in a sentence. It's poetic, vivid, and a bit mysterious, perfect for captivating your wonderful viewers. Would you? Oh, never mind. I thought it was giving me a sentence for some reason. Thank you, stepdad.
Well, our podcast itself is a form of Scytherism,
What is this? Would you like a fun graphic or mini definition card to go with it? I want a mini definition card.
And I guess, to make it fair, Ryan and I will both use it in a sentence. Luke, make sure that it's on the words on screen, by the way, because people need to know how to spell this one, guys. And if you want, you can use it in the comments. Actually, that would really be probably the best way to learn is to engage in conversation in the comment section with fellow megheads and talk about Scytherism.
As she walked through the forest at dusk, the gentle Scytherism. Did I say it right?
Can I say it?
No, Scytherism. That's Scytherism.
Scytherism.
As she walked through the forest at dusk, the gentle Scytherism soothed her racing thoughts. The Scytherism.
Scytherism.
Title this episode Scytherism. I don't know if a lot of people will click.
It's very clickbaity. Scytherism.
But that's the word of the week.
That's the word of the week, guys.
For the Super Mega Show. Will we do another word of the week? Who knows?
Will we forget for episode 64?
Probably.
But
although 64, switch out the 6 with a 2, 24, Jeff Gordon. Best race car driver ever in history.
And also one of the best television shows ever made.
Yes. With Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
No.
No, you got it. It's Michael Keaton.
Who's that guy? Who's the Michael Keaton like?
No, I mean I see.
It's like Michael Keaton at home.
I see where you're confusing it.
But what's his name? Who's the Michael
Sutherland.
Okay.
So the Michael Keaton for Sutherland.
Would you say an apt description is he's like a at home version
of the Keatmeister?
Yeah.
Sure. When you say it like that, yeah, it makes sense in my head. You might be squandering our chances of having him on the show by saying that.
God, I love Seth MacFarlane's voice, and he sounds just like Frank Sinatra. And, dude, honestly, Frank Sinatra, who? Have you heard that Christmas album? Then maybe he'll have us as a
Seth
voice.
MacFarlane's Jolly Jingles?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, imagine we become the voice of Brian and Stewie.
Because
he's probably getting tired.
He's getting tired as fuck. He just wants to sing his songs.
And you do a good Brian.
You do a great Stewie.
Blast it,
Stewie. Here, maybe we can give him a
blast it, Brian.
Stewie, what's wrong?
I'm building a time portal, Brian.
Stewie, that's never going to work.
Mm-hmm. Bitch.
This reminds me of that one scene from Tyler Perry's A Wrinkle in Time. And then you guys can fill in whatever happens there.
Yeah. I'll leave a woman.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And I'll have a martini. Eh? And then all of a sudden a giant rocket flies in from overhead and they go, "What the hell was that?" They look out the window, it crashes into Cleveland's house, okay? Takes the front of his house off. Reveal Cleveland sitting in the bathtub, okay? All of a sudden, the bathtub starts slowly sliding down the slant of the floor where it's now broken, and he's about to fall out of the second story in the bathtub, and he goes, "No, no, 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 no,
okay.
no," and then it falls.
Hey, if not voices, maybe the writing team.
Granted, that is a recurring gag in the show already, but the fact that I figured out a place to put it in.
What if he pooped in the bathtub?
The water turns brown right before. You see the blue and it goes, whoop, it brown a second before he falls.
Funny, right?
I mean, it splashes all over him.
Okay, it's spinning.
It splashes all over him.
How much longer does it have to spin?
I restarted it.
Promise?
Yes. Fuck. You threw off my groove.
I'm just making sure that the monitor has the screensaver that's spinning because it's only for 30-something minutes for some reason.
40-something, but... Seth MacFarlane, I know you want to sing those Sinatra-esque tunes, so why don't you give us a call?
I like the thought, like, picture this. Him sitting there and we're like, do this one. And he has to sing just like a Frank Sinatra song or something off his, and he just sits there and sings the whole song with no like musical backing. And then then it's just both of us. Oh my God. Now this one. He goes, okay.
I think we should start
getting
musical guest of the week off of Craigslist.
If you ask, if you say so.
We should get people off Craigslist to perform because we have this spotlight we've never used. We could pull a curtain down, and every week we have someone from Craigslist come, and they perform a song with no instruments or anything. Then they do the whole thing, and we just, get to listen.
Do they get to pick the song?
No.
Do you get to pick the song?
No.
I said it like that.
We're going to pick the song. What? Yeah.
I just felt like there was like dust or something on the edge on the outer rim of my nostril.
Next time, let me stick my tongue up there. I'll wet it.
You're right.
I'll get it all.
It gets it caked in there. It gets it patted down.
It's not going to itch anymore. But I would like to have people come perform songs. Because we actually do. We had Tucker install. It's right above Ryan's head, and if it falls, it would kill you. We had
It would hurt. It would shatter whatever it hit.
Yeah, actually, you know what? If it was moved over...
It would break my knee.
It would definitely break your knee.
It would break my leg.
If it was moved over like 2 feet, it could kill you.
Oh, that would hurt, dude.
I think it could...
That better never fall.
Well, that's on Tucker.
We're not even using it. Why is it up there? Why is it above me?
Because we wanted to have a spotlight that can shine very focused right here. And we were going to talk about pulling down like a curtain or something so guests can perform their acts on our show.
It's heavy.
How do you know it's heavy?
I can see it, and I can look at it, and I can tell by the material.
You haven't held it? It could be a well-crafted facade.
It's not. I can tell.
Do you have x-ray vision? Can you see inside?
It
could be empty. This could have all been a ploy. It's made out of styrofoam. We're tricking you.
said yourself that it could kill me.
Nope.
You're the one to bring it up. You're the one to mention it.
I wasn't.
You're gaslighting me.
You're
living in your own reality, Watson.
It has nothing to do with gasoline.
To live in it.
Nothing to do with gasoline.
You're doing it right now.
Said that the same way as I just remembered that old meme video of Trump and Walter Jr. playing Fortnite or PUBG or whatever.
Changing the subject, distancing yourself.
Okay.
Just like a manipulating gaslighter.
Well, I'm not going to finish telling you about this funny Walt Jr. Donald Trump meme.
Now punishing me.
Mm-hmm. And also punishing the entire audience. They're not going to get to hear about it. And psychologists and studies have shown that collective punishment works.
To make people think that the person punishing them is an asshole.
Yeah. That's like all it achieves. Like when you do the group punishment thing, it's like, great, Timmy's on his phone again, so the class doesn't get a pizza party. It's like, no one's mad at Timmy for that. No. Everyone's like, fuck.
There's some people at first that probably like, fucking Timmy. Like a few that are but at the heat of the emotion. But at the end of it, it's like, this teacher sucks.
Yeah, like, what like, who gives a fuck? Like why didn't you punish Timmy?
Why am I being punished for Timmy's mistake?
Because Timmy couldn't learn his lesson, so everyone has to learn it with him.
That's not fair. I learned the lesson. Most of us learned the lesson. 99% of us in here learn the lesson.
I feel like collective punishment is almost like a form of psychological torture, because that's what they do in like prison and stuff, where it's like they want, if someone is acting out of line, they'll do it so everyone in the prison, or even you've seen Full Metal Jacket, they all team up on that person, and then that person is harassed and attacked.
Except this is in a school this is in a school environment where like a child should be nurtured and feel comfortable and safe. Well,
there's some school environments that aren't too different from Full Metal Jacket.
No,
in America.
Well, generally yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wish that pizza parties in these classrooms. Wait, why? Why'd you give me that look?
What about pizza parties? Do you want pizza?
No, I was going on about the pizza because we're talking about pizza parties.
Talking about pizza parties?
Now you're gaslighting me.
Were we
Get
talking?
that smile off your face. You're gaslighting me now. I know that little smirk you do.
When were we talking about pizza parties?
The class doesn't get a pizza party because of Timmy. He was on his phone.
Oh, as an example, yes. Okay, yeah. I thought you were suggesting we were generally like, dude, pizza parties. What do you think about them? I thought we were like generally talking about pizza parties.
What do you think about them?
I like them. I like pizza, and I like to have a nice, calm party.
Dude, do you remember how exciting the concept of a classroom pizza party was when you were in elementary school? Like, when they teased that, where it's like, at the end of the 9 weeks, because my at least in Charleston County School District, it went by quarters, so it was
You'll
9
get a
weeks.
slice of Pizza Hut.
You might get
Or
half a slice
Domino's.
of Pizza Hut.
Yes.
Fucking, they would order like small pizzas and it's almost like they'd add a request where it's like, can you cut it into 16ths actually instead of eighths?
Just really, really thin. So like these are kids.
Listen, I have to pay for this pizza. The school district does not give me money to pay for this pizza. This is out of my own pocket. So if you could just give the illusion that it's more pizza than it really is.
See, Matt, if we were a part of the football team or the baseball club, I'm sure we would have had oodles of pizza parties.
True. See, I
maybe
never,
even the band team got a pizza party.
Dude, they did sometimes. I remember like a band would, I would walk by the band room sometimes, and I would just get like a whiff of pizza, and I could tell by the sound, oh, they're not playing their damn instruments. They're having a good time in there.
Like the thought of I like the thought of you like looking into the band room, seeing everyone like enjoying like their pizza. Also, you're like, you go run, like tell someone, hey, they're having a pizza party in there. They're not even doing band stuff. You get over, you open the door, they're all doo 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 doo. You're like, what?
That caught me off guard.
He closes the door. You like the principal or whatever walks away. You're
All
like,
right, Watson.
you look back in. Like pizza's being thrown everywhere, being stuck to the ceiling.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You know how to write a comedy scene.
I know how to take pre-existing ideas and formulate them into existing conversations.
You just know the fundamentals of writing comedy.
Hey,
You wrote a book.
thank Markiplier
Yeah, for that textbook.
for that textbook and those comedy lessons. The improv comedy lessons.
Okay, the improv comedy lessons, not the interpretive dance comedy lessons, the holistic ones. Where it's just the three of us.
Technically, I through my experience with Mark with those, those were more of like tantric massages.
Definitely tantric.
than comedy lessons. But maybe your lessons with Mark were different.
No, he did this one.
We've been advised lawyers that we should probably just lay off it. No one's hurting anyone, so we might as well just change the subject.
Quite the opposite, actually. It was a very pleasurable experience. Oh man!
Why do they keep saying this shit about me?
They're saying I gave them tantric orgasms? What is this? I never once gave them a tantric massage or orgasm. They weren't even. Matt wasn't even old enough to drink yet.
Moist Critical comes out with a video. What? This Markiplier tantric massage situation is crazy.
The Markiplier tantric massage situation is crazy. Yeah, guys, so I don't know if you've heard about this, but it's been going around lately that apparently, so these two guys, they used to work with Markiplier like a decade ago.
You go by
Mark and Brian.
Yeah.
And,
I guess he hired another Mark.
And yeah. And then apparently he was, Markiplier being the guy. I've just in my earpiece received word from our legal counsel that I should stop this one too.
Okay.
Because Charlie's legal. Yeah. Okay.
When I was like last time it was you're wearing a white T-shirt, you're stealing my brand, and I've stopped wearing white T-shirts.
You have. You even cut your hair.
I'm wearing a beanie.
Shit. My hair is getting long, but it's not at I don't remember what the specific number length was, but I can't let it get past that length.
Yeah.
Because then it's encroaching into his territory. Yeah. I should probably just get it cut soon, just to avoid, because if we accidentally did one episode where it's a little bit over, we have to scrap the whole thing. Okay, Luke, cut. Just cut back in, just figure out a good place. Yeah, but you do know how to write a comedy scene, McGee.
That's what they say.
And
Can you put a laugh track in there? Ay caramba.
Fade it.
I'll have what he's having.
Same. Do me when I'm at a restaurant and the guy next to me orders something that looks real yummy.
Sorry, I'm just enjoying the applause. Right back at you, Matt. Okay, I'm sick of them. Kill them. Thank you.